Hey, good evening, and welcome to the Variable Y Minute. I am your host, the Variable Y. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And tonight we are going to talk a little bit about something that I'm looking very forward to this weekend. And no, before you say it, it is not the championship games on Sunday in the NFL, but it is the Saturday night NBA basketball games. Yes, you heard me right. Saturday night NBA action is fantastic. I freaking love it. It lets you know that we are deep into the heart of the NBA season once the games go to prime time on the weekend. Maybe 5 years ago, the NBA and Adam Silver probably had the great idea to say, we got Saturday nights, we've got all these good games. Why don't we put them on prime time? And then their partners, ESPN, said, hey, we're used to dominating Saturday nights when the fall comes around, and then we go into winter, and then in the wintertime we're like, what are we going to do on Saturday night until NBA playoffs start? And then they said, well, why don't we just take over that times? And that's what they did. And now we get marquee matchups almost every single Saturday from now until the time when the playoffs start. And I know I said ABC gets the NBA on Saturday nights, but when the playoffs start, that's not true. They normally have them on Sundays or whatever. Normally on Sundays, I guess, but you know what I mean. So we are going to get some great games, and starting off with the first marquee matchup that we're going to get is going to be LeBron and the Lakers versus James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Again, I cannot wait to watch some primetime basketball. Cannot wait to watch some serious basketball, because this is going to be when the guys start ramping up right before the All-Star break, which is in about a couple of weeks, maybe like 2 weeks. And so we got the All-Star break coming up. And then after the All-Star break, guys, it's just we're going to wind on down. We're going to see who's going to get the playoff positioning. So then we can start what is one of the greatest spectacles in all of sports. It's the NBA playoffs. So I'm looking very much forward to that. We got a lot of good games coming up in the NBA that we all need to get ready for now that football is winding down. Later on in the week, maybe on Friday, I'm going to give you guys my picks, obviously, for the football games on Sunday. But for tonight, that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. One other thing that I wanted to mention, and I know there are going to be some people who are going to say, hey, Variable, man, why aren't you talking about the baseball thing, man? Why aren't you talking about the baseball thing? First of all, let me start off by saying my heart grows just immensely every time I hear that there's bad news happening to the Boston Red Sox as a Yankees fan. So I'm very happy that their manager got fired. It sounds like their manager was stealing signs, and that seems to be a really big deal for all of our baseball people out there. And obviously, I would like to see them come to justice. More than anything, I would like to see the Boston Red Sox fail at everything, fail in life. I don't really have any sympathy for them whatsoever. But I think it's a little hypocritical, and I don't know if I said this on this show or I've just said it anywhere in my comings and goings in the world, but I'm the guy who grew up pretty much my sports rearing days were watching the steroid era, or at least the beginning of it. And quite frankly, I loved it. I loved baseball with steroids. It was one of the greatest times for me to watch sports. So I'm kind of here for the cheating. When it comes to baseball, I'm here for it, man. And baseball has a long, rich history, and a lot of it does have to do with cheating. It's kind of like NCAA sports. I'm here for the cheating in that too. I want to see people get creative with it. Like, do something different where somebody else isn't seeing it. Do something where we're all looking at you like, how did that happen? Do something where, as the Astros, you bottom out in 15, and then 2 years later you win the World Series, and then a year after that, I guess 2 years after that, you go to another World Series. Do something creative, like if you're Ole Miss in college football and you haven't been great for a long time, you haven't been good for a long time, and then you get some guy, you get him out of high school, and all of a sudden he brings in the number one recruiting class. how'd that happen? You know, like I'm here for all of that stuff. It makes all of these things that we take so seriously, it makes them so silly. And then when sports gets silly, it gets so entertaining. So again, me personally, I'm here for it. Baseball, I'm here for the cheating. I'm sorry, purists, but I thought it was much more fun when people were juicing. So I'm not really going to come down too hard on baseball for this, even though I am so happy that the Boston Red Sox manager got fired. So, guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, follow me on YouTube at the Variable Y Minute, or you can catch me on Twitter at the Variable, or you can catch me on Instagram at just Variable Y. Have a wonderful night, guys. Be safe. Take care of each other, and we'll be back to talk more sports tomorrow. Have a great night.